Okay, ready for workout 2? So this is going to be lower body, really focusing on glutes and hips as well. So first of all, we need to get the glutes firing, so we're going to do some quad stretches. So just relax the head down onto the floor, kick the right heel into the right buttock, reach behind for the foot, make sure the knees are close together so they're parallel, and you're pushing the hips gently forward into the floor and the foot gently away, so you just feel a nice stretch down the front of the quad, so quite a tight muscle for a lot of us. So we're going to hold this for about 30 seconds. So just talk amongst yourselves. Done your Christmas shopping? Yeah, so this is very important muscles to stretch whilst we want to get the glutes to work. So often we're sitting down a lot, so the quads become quite tight and the hip flexors, so we just want to release this muscle, lovely, and release that down, and then turn the head to the other side. I won't. Kick the heel in, feel the stretch down the front of the leg, hips are just pushing gently forward into the mat, and foot gently away. Keep the breath flowing, nice and relaxed for now. Good, lovely. Deep inhale breath. As you exhale, just release that foot down to the floor, ready for some glute squeezes. So just relax the head down onto the floor. You could have your forehead down on the back of your hands, and then we inhale and exhale, squeeze the glutes as hard as you can, and then release them down. So exhale, squeeze and release. Really get them waking up. We want the glutes to work, so we're just kind of saying, hello, it's glute time. Get them awake and working. Sometimes other muscles will start to take over the glutes, especially with different posture types, certain posture types. So we just want to get them working. Squeeze and release. Good. Squeeze and release. Just go for another 5. Squeeze. Good. Nice big squeezes. And release. Good. The harder you squeeze, the more they're going to work for you. So keep squeezing. Release. Good. Squeeze. Well done. One more for luck. Lovely. And then roll over onto your back. So ready for a shoulder bridge with our glute work as well. So feet rooted down into the floor. Bring them in a bit closer towards your bottom. So you're really rooted down into the floor. Relax the shoulders. You can always bring the palms up so the shoulders may release more into the floor by doing that. So inhale. As you exhale, contract and begin to curl the pelvis up towards the ceiling. So just do a couple like this just to articulate the spine. Articulate. Inhale at the top and exhale, rolling all the way back down. So we're trying to keep the knees nice and still as much as we can. They'll want to wobble about, so try and keep the inner thighs active through this one. Okay, so there we are. On the next one, we're just going to squeeze the glutes and push up to the ceiling in one move. So exhale, squeeze and push. Inhale at the top, and then float the right heel, float it down, and then float the left heel, and float it down, keeping the hips up all the time so the glutes are working, and then inhale as you roll all the way back down. Good. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, push all the way up to the top, inhale at the top, and float the heels again. Trying to keep the hips pushed up all that time, so don't let them wander down on one side, and roll all the way back down. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, contract, squeeze the glutes and push. Okay, this time we're going to go for a foot float if you feel you can, otherwise stick to the heel raises. These are just options, so you can always stick to the base level if you prefer. We'll float the foot. Good, and without leaning, float the other foot, and then we'll roll all the way back down. So we're aiming not to lean. Inhaling at the bottom, exhale, squeeze the glutes, push, and then float the foot. Good. Get your position and float the other foot. Inhale. Exhale, rolling all the way back down. Ready for the next level, so inhale. As you exhale, contract and push. Good. This time the knees come above the hip. Good. Then we're going to lengthen the leg, push with the heel, bend the knee, and place it down. Good. Other side now. So float the knee. Lengthen the leg, push through the heel. Bend the knee. And release it down. So my hamstrings are quite tight, so you may be able to get more of a length in your leg. But just stay to the level that you feel comfortable with and you'll get your workout. So exhale, squeeze and push. Bend the knee, lengthen the leg. Knee comes back down. Keep squeezing up through the glutes as you go on to the other side. Good. Inhale at the top, exhale, roll down and squeeze. Okay, ready again. Squeeze and push. Float. And release it down. Good, keep the hips up, keep squeezing the glutes. Float. Good, and rolling back down. Lovely, we'll go for one last one like that. So exhale, curl, curling all the way up. Curling up this time. Squeeze. Float. And lengthen. Bend. Try not to rotate. Sit. Float. Lengthen. And try and keep those knees steady as you roll all the way back down through the spine. Well done. Hug the knees into the chest, hold underneath the knees, roll the back into the floor. Place one leg down then the other. Lengthen both legs, both arms overhead. Inhale. As you exhale, let the chest raise up towards the ceiling. Deep breaths in and out. Good. Inhale. And out. And release the arms down, bend the legs. Okay, so the legs are bent in your normal neutral position now. So to heavy tailbone, feet rested into the floor, ready for leg circles. So inhale. As you exhale, you float the right knee above the right hip. So a few levels for this, so just choose the one you feel comfortable with. So we can get more movement, we could lengthen that leg away and push through the heel. So we're going to start to circle the knee. So we're circling around but keeping the hips still. So make the circle smaller to keep them still, or you can make it bigger if that feels comfortable. Good. If you have long hamstrings and you feel comfortable too, you can lengthen the leg up to the ceiling and circle. But make sure those hips stay nice and still. So I have a little bit of tightness in my hamstrings today, so I'm going to circle through with my knee. So you're drawing a circle on the ceiling. Inhale, pause in the centre, exhale. Back the other way, really focusing on the hips, trying not to rock from one side of the body to the other. Keeping the still leg active, so pushing through that heel. Bring that knee in. Hold on to the ankle, drop the knee out to the side. Little stretch there. Bring that foot down and switch over. So inhale, exhale, float, and then start to circle. Again, really keep a mind on those hips. Make sure they're level and they're not rocking from one side to the other. Really try and get movement through this hip. So no ankles moving. And again, you can lengthen the leg if you can. Up to the ceiling. Good. Go back with the knee. So choose the level that you feel comfortable with. The most important thing is the technique. The rest will come. And some days we feel different to others. So just do what suits you today. Bring the knee into the chest. Good. And then hold on to the ankle, open out the hip. Breathe. Good. Lovely. Ready for scissors. So feet again rooted down into the floor. Inhale. As you exhale, contract the deep abdominal muscles. Float the right knee above the right hip. Level 1, we'll tap at the hip. So hinging at the hip, so no lengthening of the knee. The angle at the knee stays exactly the same. If you want more challenge, you can extend the angle at the knee and still hinge the leg. So my leg isn't extending and keeping the angle the same. If you want more challenge, imprint the spine, bring the second knee up, back to your neutral, and we can alternate. So watch at the point where you may start to lose your neutral, or the abdominals start to pop. At that point you bring the leg back in. If this feels too challenging for today, just bring one leg down to the floor. Again, we can extend the angle at the knee and hinge. So keep breathing, keep the upper body nice and relaxed. Good. Hinge at the hip, really focus on the movement from the hips. Good. Breathe. Breathe, oh, my core is working now. Good, keep breathing. Exhaling away. Inhale to come back up. Good. Just do one more on each side. Whew. And then bring the knees in. Roll the back into the floor. And we'll do a nice frog stretch, dignified frog. Bring the feet together and just rock the back into the floor. Allow the knees to drop out to the side. And just take some nice deep breaths. Well done. And then just come up sitting. Brilliant work, well done. See you for the next one.